Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about something that happened to me yesterday. So around, I don't know what time, I think it was like 12 or like 1 o'clock yesterday. I was at work and I got a missed phone call and I had a voicemail. So I go to the voicemails and I'm listening to it. And it's like a recording, right? Of like this guy sounds like a robot. So I wasn't like too concerned, but I thought it was funny. So it gave me a number to call back. And so I called the number back and this guy asked me, am I Monique Gonzalez? And so I said, yes, I am. And he has like a Middle Eastern accent. So we go on about talking and he's like, do you know what this is about? And I said, no, I don't know what this is about. And he says, well, we have a file on you. We've been doing some research and we see that you have been collecting money from the IRS and it's like, it was like money that I have stolen. So I'm thinking like, whatever, like seriously, I already know what this is. Like, I'm not stupid. So I kind of like catch on and I kind of start going along with it. And so he's telling me that first off that I owe $4,000 or no, yeah, $4,600. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay. And then he's like, so do you want to settle this now or do you want to settle it in court? And I'm like, okay, well, what do I have to do? And he was like, well, for one, I just want to let you know that I have Officer something Witt and he is waiting on a phone call from me, you know, because we'll be sending him to your house to arrest you. And you'll be serving jail time because you have a warrant out for your arrest, an outstanding warrant, he said. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, can I ask you something? And so he's like, okay, go ahead. And I said, well, why haven't I gotten a letter from the IRS about this? And he's like, ma'am, that's not how this works. You know, the IRS comes to us and they contact us and they give us your name and they give us your information and we have to reach out to you. So I was like, okay. So he's like, so Officer so-and-so's going to be headed to your house. And I was like, well, what state is Officer so-and-so Witt, I think? What state is he going to? And he was like, excuse me? And I said, yeah, what state is this guy coming to pick me up at? And boom, like that, he hung up. So I kind of already knew what it was about, so I'm kind of laughing. So I call my husband, I tell him what's going on, and he's laughing too, and he's like, oh my God, that's crazy. So I thought that I would call them back because I wanted to see, like, what was this about? Like, why are they doing this, you know? And I had seen like another video on YouTube about it, like of the guy actually like recording the conversation, and I thought it was so funny. So anyways, a couple minutes later, I call this guy back and I call the same number back and it was like they had never even talked to me. So he was like, is this Monique Gonzalez? And I said, yes. So then he says, is your address da 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 da? And he says my address. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't say anything. I literally, when he said my address, I was like, oh, sorry. I was like, quiet. And so he's like, okay, so do you know what this is about? Going on, like repeating what he had said in the first conversation. Now, I don't know if this was the same guy or not, but it did sound like the same person. And so he goes on about telling me how I owe this money. And it was still the same amount, the $4,600. And then he kind of gets into more detail, like what is going to happen to me. He was like, this is what's going to happen. we have an outstanding warrant for your arrest. Oh, I totally forgot. So when I called back the second time, he had told me to get a piece of paper and a pencil, write down his name, write down his badge ID number, and write down my case number. So I did. At first I was like, nah, I'm just gonna pretend. But so then I really did, because I was like, wait a minute, let me just write this down just in case. So I have it in my car somewhere. But his name was like something brown or something white. I don't know, it was a color. And I was like, okay. So anyways, he was posing to be a officer, a police officer, like a sheriff or a police officer, I wasn't sure. So anyways, so he tells me, you know, I'm Officer so-and-so and we have a warrant for your arrest. You owe this much money to the IRS. We've been keeping track of you and we see that this was intentionally, that you meant to steal this money. And I have officers waiting to go to your house right now because, you know, you owe this money and we have a case against you. So then I stopped him and I was like, okay, so why haven't I got a letter about this? Why haven't I received a letter? Why am I getting a phone call? And he was like, your court papers are sitting in a court office right now, and officers are waiting to go to your house to arrest you. They're going to put you in handcuffs and they're going to arrest you. You are going to serve, I think he said like 8 to 10 years in prison or jail, whatever. And I was like, okay. So he was like, we have records of you. You did this intentionally. You wanted to steal this money. Like this, you've been planning this. So then I started getting mad. So I start getting mad and I'm like, hold on, no. For one, you're a liar. Like I got so serious because I was just like waiting to go off on this guy. So I'm like, for one, you're a liar. I have not been stealing money. I know this is a scam. I know what you're doing. And I'm not even lying. This is so funny. It's funny, but it's kind of scary, I guess. So as I was like kind of going off on him and telling him that I know he was a scammer and I know what he's doing and I know he's lying and yada, 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 whatever, he literally stops me and says, shut up, I'm going to kill you. Not even lying. And I was like, excuse me? And he's like, shut up, I'm going to kill you. He said it like 3 times. And so I'm like trying not to laugh, but I was like kind of mad because I'm like, who are you? Like, what the heck? Seriously? So I go off on this guy and I'm like, I know you're lying. Like, how dare you call me and try to scam me? You need to get a real freaking job. Like, seriously, learn how to speak English. Like, I know that's messed up, but this guy was like, seriously? For one, you can't even talk. I don't understand you at all. So I was like, because he was like, okay, let me go on about the story. Okay, so he was like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to come to your house. I know where you live. I'm tracking your phone right now. I'm going to come into your house and I'm going to rap you. Rap me? You're going to rap me? You mean rape me? So that's why I said learn how to speak English, because I just thought it was so funny. So he was saying that he was going to come to my house, handcuff me, and he was going to rape me and he was going to kill me. And then he was asking me if that was okay with me. And I was like, no, obviously not. So I'm like, you know what? You need to shut up. You need to get a real job. Screw you. Like, seriously, go find a real job. Get a life. Like, I was kind of just going off on him. I was trying to keep it clean because I was at work. So I had went into another room when I was doing this. But, yeah, I was just so mad, and I just thought it was so crazy because I've heard about these phone calls and I've seen other YouTubers, or not even YouTubers, but I've seen people post videos on getting phone calls like these, and I just never thought it was gonna happen to me, but it did. And I wasn't even scared. I was just kind of like, wow, this is too funny. But I do, like, the reason I did want to tell people about this was because there's some people that really do get scared and they really send money to these people, these scammers out there. And I just don't even fall for it. Like, if the IRS is after you, you will get a letter in the mail. They're not going to call you. They're not going to have some out of country person calling you, telling you this stuff. Like, seriously, don't even fall for it. I did tell my mom and dad about it, and my mom and dad, they did call me, and my dad told me that I should report it. So I did report it to the my city police. They obviously can't do much about it, but I did let them know that this person did know my address. And, you know, I just wanted to let them know, like, something did happen. I was threatened. They did say they were going to kill me, rape me, come to my house. So, I mean, it was kind of scary because you never know. There could be people out there that really are going to do this. But I'm really not scared because I'm 100% sure this was a scam. So the officer did tell me that if you go to the IRS website, there is a link or like a number or something you can click on or call and to report scammers. So I am going to do that today, later on when I get on my laptop. So yeah, so this was my little story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to think, did I forget anything else? Probably not. I really don't think I did. I just thought this was so funny, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like my videos, my past videos. Go ahead and go watch them too. Subscribe to my channel and keep watching. I'm probably going to do some more story times, like some old stories that I have, because this kind of like brought up other things. But yeah, so I love you guys all. Thank you for the support. And feel free to share my video because I do want other people to know about this, that this stuff really does happen. Like, so this was kind of like my warning, like, you've been warned. Don't be scared though, because it's so funny. Like, I kind of like played along with the guy and was like, oh yeah, really, like, cool. And it was just some little entertainment that I had for the day because I was so bored at work. But anyways, I love you all. Have a great day, Saturday. If you're going out tonight, be safe, don't drink and drive, be responsible. All right, bye-bye. See you guys later.